Well, welcome back. And in this another episode of Vikram Vetal's story titled Achara Palanam. Achara means uh, to conduct. Achara means to conduct in some fashion. Palanam means to follow it or to practice it. So to practice some conduct, that is Achara Palanam. And that's the literal meaning of this word. Itah purvam bahuvaram tenaiva margena gatam ityatah नेत्रे निमील्य अपि विना स्खलनं गन्तुम् अर्हः त्रिविक्रमः अन्धकारं सर्वथा अविगणय्य पुनरपि वृक्षस्य समीपं गतवान्. It's a big sentence. Itah purvam, earlier to this, bahuvaram, many times, tenaiva margena gatam ityatah, because gone by the same route, netre nimilye api, nimilya api, even by closing the eyes, vinaskhalanam, without stumbling, gantum arhaha trivikramaha, that Trivikrama, who is capable of going even by closing his eyes without falling or slipping, andhakaram sarvatha aviganaya, not bothering about the darkness, punarapi, again, vrikshasya samipam gatavan. He went near that tree where the Vetala is hanging. Vriksham aruhya shakhayam lambamanam shamam skandhe aropya adaha agatavan. Vriksham aruhya, having climbed, shakhayam lambamanam shamam, the dead body which was hanging on the branch, skandhe aropya, putting on his shoulder, adaha agatavan. He came down. Anantaram yathapurvam maunam smashanabhimukham prasthitavancha. And as usual, silently he went towards that burial ground, that cemetery. Trivikramasya mukhat kathamapi vachanam nissaraniyam iti sankalpitavan vetalaha tada avadat. Kada means when the Vetalaha kada avadat, like that if you ask. When Vetala told, Vetala tada avadat, then told. Then means what? When Trivikrama was silently going towards cemetery, at that time, Trivikramasya mukhat, from the mouth of Trivikramaha, kathamapi, somehow, vachanam nissaraniyam iti sankalpitavan Vetalaha. That Vetala, somehow to get the words out of the mouth of Trivikramaha, like that, determined, sankalpa, a type of determination or decision. It told, Aye Rajan, O king, antahpure sundare parisare komale talpe yena bhavata shayanam karaniyam asit soyam bhavane evam nirmanushe pradeshe kashtam anubhavan asti khalu. Like that. Again, in this sentence you can see some construction. Aye Rajan, O king, antahpure, in the residential part of your palace, sundare parisare, in a beautiful environment, komale talpe, in a soft bed, yena, by whom? So he is telling, yena bhavata, by whom you, like that. By whom? By you. So it is a way of telling, aham agataha, like that we can say, yeshaha shankaraha agataha, like that also. This Shankar has come, like that also we can say. So, yena bhavata, both are in tritiya vibhakti. Shayanam karaniyam, by that person you, by that person you means you who is supposed to be in the residential area, in a beautiful environment and on a very soft bed. By that you, shayanam karaniyam asit. You should have slept. So ayam, saha ayam bhavan. All are pratama vibhakti ekavachanam. Saha ayam bhavan. Soyam bhavan. That you, evam nirmanushe pradeshe. Like this in a nirmanusha. Manusha means where the peoples are there. Nirmanusha, where the peoples are not there. Nirmanushe pradeshe. In this area where humans are not there, kashtam anubhavan asti khalu. You are experiencing some difficulties, Aho daurbhagyam. Oh, it is a great misfortune. Bhavadrishaha eva daurbhagyashali lollataha nama kaschit purvamasit. Bhavadrishaha eva. Like you only, daurbhagyashali. Some a person, daurbhagyashali means a person with some misfortune. Lollataha. Lollataha is name of that person. Kaschit, somebody, purvam asit. He was there earlier. Margayasa pariharartham tasya katham vistarene shravayami. And for getting relieved in the en route journey, I tell that person's story. In detail, vistarena, shraddhaya shunotu tavat iti. Okay, you listen carefully, like that. Anantaram vetalena katha arabdha. Then by the Vetala, the story was started. Okay. Purvam nindhyatavyam bahuvidhaha atavikaha nivasanti sma. Purvam vindhyatavyam. Vindhya means that mountain Himalayas area. Vindhyatavyam bahuvidaha atavikaha nivasanti sma. Atavikaha means those who are not staying at one place. They shift their camp. They camp and they are always moving. Like nowadays we can see in the city area, we can find some poor people, they camp outside city area and they create something and they sell, they make money like that. So they don't stay at one place, they go on shifting their places. So various type of such people were living. Yaha Banaprayoge Khadga Yuddhe Bahu Yuddhe cha Anyan Sarvan Jeshyati Saha Tattasyaha Jatehe Nayakaha Bhavati Sma. Yaha, that person, Banaprayoge in archery, Khadga Yuddhe in sword fighting, Bahu Yuddhe in wrestling, Anyanu Sarvanu Jeshyati, he who wins all others in this type of fighting, Saha, that person, Tat tasyaha jatehe nayakaha bhavati. He became that particular category of people's leader. Aranye atavikanam vibhinnani kulani asan. And in the forest, this type of tribal peoples, various tribes were there. Here kula means we can take it different tribes. Vibhinnani kulani. Various tribes were there. Ataha nayakaha api tatra bahavaha. Because of that, the number of leaders were also many. So in a tribe there is a leader and so many tribes were living nearby. Vriddha nayakasya maranasya karanataha kadachit lollataha swajatehe nayakaha jataha. Vriddha nayakasya maranasya karanataha. Because of the death of some old leader, kadachit, once, lollataha swajatehe nayakaha jataha. The person lollataha became leader of his tribe. Jati sambadheshu achareshu lollatasya mahati shraddha. Jati sambadheshu means in the customary practice of a particular tribal trait, Achareshu, in following the conduct, Lollatasya Mahati Shraddha. So he was having great faith and devotion in following the customary practice of that tribe. Jati Bhedat Atavikana Vidhi Nishedheshu api Bhedaha Bhavati Sma. Jati Bhedat, because of that different category in their practices. Here jati is not like the jati we are talking nowadays in India, this caste like that. That is not the meaning of the jati. In Sanskrit, jati means category. Like we are categorizing animals, homivorous, herbivorous, cattle, domestic, like that. These are all different category. That is called jati. Jati bhedat atavikanam vidhi nishedeshu. Vidhi means rule. Nisheda means prohibition. So the right and wrong, do's and don'ts. Because of different category of that tribal, the rules of do's and don'ts also bhedaha bhavati sma. So various tribes were having various rules. Lollatasya jatau shashamamsa bhakshanam nishiddham asit. In the Lollatasya jati, in that category of tribe, shashamamsa bhakshanam, 3 words are there. Shashaha mamsam bhakshanam means eating of rabbit flesh. Nishiddham asit, it was prohibited. Kadachit kechana vriddhaha kaschana tarunam badhva lollatasya purataha nitavantaha. Once kechana vriddhaha, some old people, kaschana tarunam badhva, tying up or arresting some young fellow, lollatasya purataha nitavantaha. They brought him to the leader Lollata. Okay. Kaha eshaha etena kaha aparadaha kritaha iti prishtavan Lollataha. Who is he? What is the mistake done by him? Like that he asked. Eshaha asmad jatiyaha eva. This fellow belongs to our tribe only. Aranye kutrachit yeshaha shashamamsam khadan asit. In the forest, somewhere he was eating the flesh of the rabbit. Ataha yetam vayam atra anitavantaha iti uktavantaha vriddhaha. So some old people you can see in the picture. Vriddha here means grown up also. Vriddha also means very aged people also. But from the picture, they are not aged people, they are grown up people. Okay. So we brought him here like that. They told, Lollataha tam yuvakam tikshnaya drishtiya drishtavan. So Lollataha, he looked at, stared at that person in a very sharp way, means in an examining way. Yadyapi saha yuvakaha kintu sarvatha durbalaha. Even though he is a young person, but he is very weak. Dridham sthattumapi samarthyam nasti tasya. Even to stay strongly, to stand up and stay strongly, he was not having strength. Shashamamsa bhakshanam aparadhaya iti na janati smava bhavane iti prishtavan lollataha. Don't you know eating shasha mamsa is a mistake or punishable? Aparadhaya means punishable like that. Don't you know? In this way, this Lollataha asked. Tada saha yuvakaha khinena swarena. Then that young person in a weak voice told, Janami sma eva. I know only. Kintu mama paristhitihi nitaram shochaniya asti. But my condition is very weak. Gate pakshe mama dhanuhu banaha cha nashtaha. In the pakshaha means a fortnight. Gate pakshe means in the last fortnight. That is why we say Krishna pakshaha, Shukla pakshaha. that the moon's two face. So in the last fortnight, mama dhanuhu bhanaha cha nashtaha. I lost my bow and arrows. Tan anveshtum gataha aham aranye marga bhrashtaha abhavam. And to search that gataha aham, I who went to search that, aranye marga bhrashtaha abhavam. I lost my way in the forest. Tivram bhubuksham sodhum ashaktaha aham samipe drishtam shasham pashanena marayitva khaditum udyuktaha asam iti niveditavan. Tivram bhubuksham sodhum ashaktaha. Unable to tolerate a very severe hunger. Aham, I, samipe drishtam shasham, the rabbit which I saw nearby, pashanena marayitva. Pashana means a stone. By killing it by throwing some stones, khaditum udyuktaha asam. I was about to eat that. Like that, he informed or presented, submitted, niveditavan. Karanam yat kimapi syat nama, whatever may be the reason, bhavata akshamyaha aparadaha kritaha iti tu nishchitam. By you have aparadaha. What type of aparadaha? Akshamyaha aparadaha. Mean unpardonable mistake is done by you is iti tu nishchitam. That is very clear. Whatever may be the reason, but by you, unpardonable mistake is done is very clear. Aparadasya dandaha avashyam syat. So there shall be surely punishment for the mistake. Iti vuktva tan vriddhan ajñapitavan lollataha. Saying this way, he ordered that grown-up people who brought that young person. Yetena kritaha doshaha itah param asmajjatiyena kenapi na karaniyaha. By the mistake done by this fellow, hereafter, by nobody such a mistake is to be done by our people, our tribe. Asmat jatiyena, asmajjatiyena, because of sandhi. अतः एतं नद्याः अपरस्मिन् तीरे स्थिते भल्लूक बहुले प्रदेशे त्यक्त्वा आगच्छन्तु इति. So therefore एतं this tarunam नद्याः अपरस्मिन् तीरे स्थिते भल्लूक बहुले प्रदेशे, in the other side of the river where so much of beards are there, tatra tyaktva, leaving him there, agachantu, you people come, like that. The lollataha nayakaha informed or ordered. Lollata jatiyaha yatra nivasanti tasmin aranye anya api atavika jatihi asit. Where these Lollata tribes were living, in that forest, other tribes were also living. Tasyaha jatehe nayakaha Vegamallaha. And the leader of that tribe is Vegamallaha. Lollata jatiyaha Vyaghra charmanaha Gaja charmanaha Gaja dantasya Lata moolanam cha vikrayanena dhanam sampadayanti sma. Okay. Lollata jatiyaha, the tribal people belonging to this Lollatas group, Vyaghra charmanaha, the tiger's skin, Gaja charmanaha, elephant skin, Gaja dantasya lata moolanancha vikrayanena, and of the elephant tusk, Gaja danta, the teeth of elephant, lata moola. Lata moola means some creepers roots like that. Vikrayanena, by selling those things, dhanam sampadayanti sma, they earn money. Yetat drishtavataha vegamallasya manasi asuya utpanna. Having seen this, the other tribe leader Vegamalla's Manasi, in his mind, Asuya Utpanna, jealousy started or jealousy produced. Vegamallaha kadachit सायंकाले स्वजातीय युवकैः सह लोल्लट वसतेः उपरि हठात् आक्रमणं कृतवान्. So this Vegamallaha, that leader of another tribe, kadachit, once, sayankale, in the evening, swajatiya yuvakaihi saha, along with his young and youthful people of his tribe, lollata vasatehe upari, the place where Lolata people, tribal peoples are living, hatat means, hata means a type of adamantly, akramanam kritavan. He started attacking or encroaching. Lolataha tu swajatiyanam rakshane sada jagarukaha. But Lolata is always very careful in protecting their group. Ataha saha yetena akramanena dhairyachyutaha na jataha. So because that saha, kaha Lolataha, yetena akramanena, because of this, by this attack, dhairyachyutaha. Dhairyachyutaha means slipping from that courage. That means he didn't become weak or coward. So he was also very strongly and courageously faced that attack. That is the meaning. Saha dhairyena vegamallam sammukhi kritavan. You see, saha kaha lollataha dhairyena, courageously, vegamallam sammukhi kritavan. He faced the Vegamallaha, another tribe leader. Yuddhe Vegamallasya parajaya abhavat. And in the war or the fight, Vegamallasya parajaya abhavat. Vegamalla's defeat happened. Means he got defeated. Vegamallaha bandi jataha. Bandi means he became arrested. Lollatasya bandhanat vimochanam praptum ichhanne Vegamallaha lollataya anekaha dhenuhu ajaha cha dattavan. Lollatasya bandhanat vimochanam praptum ichhanne, desiring to get relieved from the arrested state of Lollata, Vegamallaha, that another leader, Lollataya, for the Lollata, anekaha dhenuhu ajahacha dattavan. He gave a large quantity of cattle, cows and goats. Bhavata yatha adishyate tatha karomi iti vachanam dattavan cha. Bhavata, by you, yatha adishyate, as ordered by you, tatha karomi, I do like that. Iti vachanam dattavan cha. And like that he promised, he gave word. Vachanam dattavan literally means he gave word. That means it is a type of promise he made. Ataha lollataha vegamallam bandhamuktam kritavan. So he relieved him from that arrested stage. Yetena vijayena utsaham prapya lollataha swajatiyane vegamalla jatiyancha sarvanu yuvakanu melayitva prabalam sainyam visheshataha sajjikritya samipasthane bahune nayakane jitavan. So because of this fight, yetena vijayena, and the victory he got out of this fight, utsaham prapya, having encouraged or having got some spirit, means a type of encouragement. Lollataha swajatiyane vegamalla jatiyancha sarvan yuvakan melayitva. So he combined the young and youthful people of his tribe and the Vegamalla's tribe. Prabalam sainyam visheshataha sajjikritya. And by creating a very strong military force, Samipasthan Bahun Nayakan Jitavan. He won so many nearby leaders, means so many tribes he won. See, this was the way in the earlier period when humans were living in tribal situation in forest. This is how our behavior, our quality, everything started. We were living in some small groups, not like this present day city with millions of people. So gradually the language developed, the culture developed like that. Well, anyway, प्रतिवर्षम विंध्यारण्यतः वैशाली राजाय गजतंत व्याघ्र चर्मादयः वन्य संपत्तयः प्रेषयन्ते स्म. Okay. प्रतिवर्षम, every year, Vindhyaranyataha, from the Vindhya mountains, Vaishali Rajaya, for the king of Vaishali country, Gajatanta Vyaghra Charmadayaha, the elephant tusk and tiger skin, etc. Vanya Sampattayaha. Vana means forest. Vanya means something belonging to the forest or something obtainable from forest. Vanya Sampatti. Vanya Sampatti means the assets which we can get from the forest. Vanya Sampattayaha. That various assets or various wealth from the forest. Preshayante sma. They were sending to that Vaishali country king. Yetat sthagitavan lollataha. And lollataha, now he became very strong, very powerful. He won so many tribes. Maybe his military force is also very big. So because of that, he might have done this. Yetat sthagitavan lollataha. And lollataha stopped this practice of sending all these Vanya Sampatti to that Vaishali Raja. Yetena Vyavaharena Kupitaha Vaishali Rajaha Sainyena Saha Agatya Vindhyaranyavasinam Upari Akramanam Kritavan. Yetena Vyavaharena Kupitaha Vaishali Rajaha. So it is a type of open challenge to the king. See, if we are submissive to the king allows us to live happily. If we show our supremacy, then they want to show their supremacy. So, yetena vyavaharena kupitaha Vaishali Rajaha. Kena vyavaharena, this vanasampatyaha preshanam sthagitavan lollataha. The sending of the forest assets, whatever got from the forest, because he stopped. Because of that Vaishali Raja became angry. Sainyena saha agatya. So having come with military force, Vindhyaranya vasinam upari. On all the peoples who were living in that Vindhya mountain range, akramanam kritavan. He attacked. Vaishali Rajasya Sainya balam adhikam asit. So the military force of a king, there is a difference between a king and a tribe. So his military force strength was much. Kintu tat sainyam aranya yuddham na janati sma. But even though his military power was much or huge, military strength was huge, aranya yuddham na janati sma tat sainyam. So that military force, they were not knowing this guerrilla fighting, what we say in forest, that guerrilla fighting means in forest how people attack like that. The military people who use their swords and arrow, they were not knowing. Lollatasya anuyayinaha cha athavi yuddhe nipunaha. Lollatasya anuyayinaha cha. Lollatasya anuyayi. Anuyayi means, anuyayinaha means one, the followers or, okay, are the supporters. Okay, Lolatasya Anuyayinaha cha, and the supporters of Lolata, because Lolata might not be fighting alone. So he won already so many tribes. So all the followers of Lolata, Atavi Yuddhe Nipunaha. And in this type of Atavi means those type of camping peoples. Their way of fighting is different from the king's military force. So in those type of guerrilla fighting and all, they were very expert, nipunaha. Te gulmadinam prishtataha tishtantaha shulabanadinam prayogena vaishali sainikan maritavantaha. Te gulmadinam prishtataha tishtantaha. Gulma means some barrow, some this forest is hiding behind some tree or some pits like that. Gulma means some forest burrow. Staying behind that, Shulabanadina, with spears and arrow, Prayogena, by that usage, Vaishali Sainikane Maritavantaha. They killed the Vaishali military people. एतादृशम् आक्रमणं सम्मुखीकर्तुम् अशक्ताः केचन वैशालीसैनिकाः पलायितवन्तः. And unable to face this type of attack, some of the Vaishali military people, they ran away. Ante Lollatah Vaishali Rajayohu Bahuyuddham Pravrittam. And in the end, Ante Lollata Vaishali Rajayohu, between the king of Vaishali and Lollataha, Bahuyuddham Pravrittam. Bahuyuddham means one-to-one fighting. Need not be wrestling. It can be wrestling also, or they can fight one-to-one with the swords also. So that is the general meaning of Bahuyuddha. Etasmin yuddhe Lollataha chaturyena Vyavaharan Rajanam Hatva Swayam Vaishali Rajasya Adhipatihi Jataha. And in this fight, very cleverly fighting, this Lollata killed the Vaishali king and he became the king of that Vaishali. Itaresham Nagarikanam ye adhikaraha te eva adhikaraha Lollatena Atavikebhyaha api dattaha. So the rights, adhikaraha, itaresham nagarikanam ye adhikaraha. What is the rights of the other country people or the city people or the kingdom's people? Te eva adhikaraha lollatena atavikebhyaha api dattaha. So for the tribal people also, the same rights were given by this Lollata. Atavika Viraha Bahavaha Sainye Pravesham Praptavantaha. And many tribal people, they entered into the military force. Teshu Kechana Swasamarthya Balat Unnatam Sthanam Alankritavantaha Api. And among those tribal people who joined the military forces because of their own capacity. So, Swamarthya Balat. Swamarthyam means one's caliber. Because of their own caliber, Unnatam Sthanam Alankritavantaha. They took to high positions. Okay, Kadachit Lollataha Rajasthane Upavishtaha Asit. Once this Lollata, he was seated in the Rajasthana. Rajasthane means in the assembly. That is the meaning. He is the king, so he was in the assembly. Tada kechana atavika vriddhaha ekam nagarikam yuvakam badhva aniya Lollatasya purataha upasthapya. Then some atavika vriddhaha, some grown or old, so we can say grown up, this tribal people, ekam nagarikam yuvakam badhva, tying up or arresting one city dweller, aniya Lollatasya purataha upasthapya. They brought and placed in front of the king and told, Hey Rajan, Atavikanam Achara Vyavaharam Bhavan Janati eva. O king, you know the Achara Vyavaharam, the conduct and behavior of Atavikanam, the tribal people, you know only. Atavikakule jatena bhavata te acharaha avashyam rakshaniyaha. And by you who born in that tribal family, those conducts are to be protected. Yeshaha dushtaha, this bad fellow, अस्मज्जातीयायां कन्यायां अनुरक्तः सन् तया सह रहसि नगरं प्रति पलायमानः आसीत्. So this young fellow, Asmat Jatiyayam Kanyayam Anuraktaha San, being in love with our, here Asmat Jatiya means our Jati, our community girl. Taya Saha, along with her, Rahasi Nagaram Prati Palayamanaha Asi. Secretly he was running, eloping to the countryside. Tatsamaye Yeshaha Baddaha Asmabihi. At that time this fellow was arrested by us. Yogyena Dandena Dandaniyaha Yeshaha iti Uktamantaha. By proper punishment, he is to be punished. Like that they told. So we can see in the picture some young boy and girl, and Lollataha in the kingdom, he is seated, and some this tribal people, Atavikaha, they brought them. Lollataha kinchit kalam yavat chintamagnaha jataha. And Lollataha for some time he thought over. Anantaram saha Atavika vriddhanam yavaharam khandayan tan pratipreshitavan. Then condemning, khandayan, khanda means khandaha means a piece, a breaking. So vyavaharam khandayan, objecting to their or condemning their conduct. Kasya atavikanam, kesham atavikanam vyavaharam khandayan tan pratipreshitavan. He sent them away. Atavika yuvatyaha nagarika yuvakasya cha vivaham swayam nirvartitavan cha. And on his own, swayam, Atavika yuvatyaha, the tribal girls, nagarika yuvakasya, and the city boys, vivaham, marriage, nirvartitavan, he conducted. Because once he became king, I think he told all rights are same. The city dwellers' right and the tribal people's rights, they are all same like that. Then they are all equal. Maybe the way the Lollata might have thought. It is my guess. Okay, yetadrishaha vivahaha shasana viruddhaha na iti deshe sarvatra vartam prasaritavan saha. So this intercaste marriage, like nowadays what we are doing, and nowadays the government is also encouraging the tribal people to take up many government jobs, and they mix with the city people. Like that upliftment of that this tribal people, government is also doing. Okay. So, yetadrishaha vivahaha, this type of marriage, shasana viruddhaha na, this is not against the rule. Iti, like that, deshe sarvatra vartam prasaritavan. So, he announced everywhere, such intercaste marriage is not against the rule. Yetasya parinamataha atavikeshu ashantihi utpanna. So, because of that, this Atavikas tribal, that tribal people, they got somewhat resistive. Ashantihi means they became restless. This type because this following some dharma, some achara, Some people cannot leave it and they can't mix with others. Some people are very strict in following their achara. There are good thing as well as bad thing. There are pros and cons also. The pros means something for a very long period. It can be retained, that way of life and the quality of their practices of dharma, they all can be retained. That is the good side of that. The other side is they may get sidelined. They may be cornered at one end and gradually the community may die down. If we mix with the different community and different achara, different practices, if we adopt, then we survive for a long time and different community people also live for a long time. And the behavior is always to be like we say in English, be a Roman when you are in Rome, like that. So you always be like how the way of people are together in a society. Though we can't 100% change, we can adapt. But this cannot be done by many people who very strictly follow their community practices. Okay, etasya parinamataha, because of the rule announced by the king, atavikeshu ashantihi utpanna, they became restless. Rajnyaha sashanam me atavikanam acharam vyavaharancha nashayati iti pracharam kritavantaha atavika nayakaha. You see, all the tribal people have not become king. He only became king. So many other tribal people and their leaders, they are all still living in forest only. So those people together, they made some, they spread some news. Rajnyaha shasanam, the ruling of the king. Atavikanam acharam vyavaharancha nashayati. It destroys the practices and the conduct of this tribal people. Iti pracharam kritavantaha atavika nayakaha. Like that, the leaders of that tribal people, they spread this. Pracharam here, it's advocating. They are spreading that information. Lollatasya pitruvya putraha jatachudaha अटविकाने मेलयित्वा सैन्यं सज्जीकृत्य तेषु उत्साहं पूरयित्वा राजधानीम् आक्रान्तुं विन्ध्याटवीतः निर्गतः. Okay. Vindhya Atavitaha. 3 words are there. 2 words are there. Atavi means that tribal residence, that dwelling place. Vindhya Atavitaha, Vindhyatavitaha, from the Vindhya mountain range dwelling place. Rajadhanim Akrantum, to attack the king's capital. Nirgataha, he went, he started. Nirgataha, he started out of that mountain range. Kaha Lolatasya Pitruvya Putraha. Pitruvya means Lolata's father's brother's son. Jatachudaha Tasya Nama. His name is Jatachudaha. Atavikane Melayutva. And by grouping various tribal people, Sainyam Sajjikritya, and by forming a military force, Teshu Utsaham Purayutva, and filling in their mind the energy and the spirit to fight. Because now we have to protect our tribal achara and vyavahara. We have to, otherwise all our customary practice and all our culture will be spoiled by this lollataha. Like that, they came for attacking Lollata. Rajadhani Samipe Vishale Prangane Lollataha Sainyena Saha Agatya Atavika Dalam Sammukhi Kritavan. Rajadhani Samipe, near the king's capital, Vishale Prangane, in a very open ground, Lollataha Sainyena Saha Agatya. And this Lollata, along with his military force, having come, Atavika Dalam, Dala means Sangha means group, Dala. Like nowadays in India, so many political parties, they use this word Dala. Dala means a group. Atavika Dalam Sammukhi Kritavan. So he faced different tribal groups. Yuddharam Bhat Purvam Kaschana Senapatihi Lollatam Uktavan. Before the starting of that war, some Senapatihi, the military chief, told to Lollata, Prabho, Abhimukham Sthitaha Sarve Bhavataha Jati Bandhavaha Eva. O my lord, O king, whoever is in front of you, Abhimukham Sthitaha, means those who are facing you. Facing you here means those who are on the other side for fight. Sarve bhavataha jati bandhavaha eva. All are your tribal relations only. Tesham nayakaha tu bhavataha pitruvyasya putraha. And their leader is your paternal uncle's son, cousin only. Bandhavanam maranam dharmaha na. And to kill the relations is not dharma. Ataha sandhi prastavaha idanim uchitaha syat nanu iti. So it is better to compromise. Sandhi. Sandhi means to go together, to join together. On some ground, let us join together. So that prastavaha. Prastava means the proposal. The proposal to go together, join together. Sandhi, some agreements. That is better, like that military chief told. Lollataha tam senapatim tikshnaya drishtiya pashyanne maunam sthitavan. And Lollata, staring at that person, that military chief, he stood silent. Kshanakalasya anantaram yuddhartam senam ajñapitavan. And after some time, he ordered the military force to fight. Yetasmin yuddhe atavikanam dalam samulam nashtam abhavat. And in this fight, the entire group of tribals, they all got destroyed. Vetalaha evam katham samapya. So the story ended here. See, in the beginning we saw this Lollataha is a person who is very strict in following the customary practices of the Atavika, this Acharana. And he saw that Shashamamsa is not to be eaten in their tribal. And one young person, he was punished because he eaten Shashamamsa, even though he was very weak and had no other option because he was so hungry. And he was punished that he shall be left in a place where bears are there, like that. But gradually he became leader, he became king, and he destroyed his own community. Like that, the story is ended by Vetala. Vetalaha evam katham samapya avadat. So the story having stopped like this, Vetala told, He Rajan, O king, He Rajan, Yaha bubukshat asahmanaha apat dharmarupena shashamamsam bhakshitavan tam bhallukamayam aranyam prati preshitavan lollataha. O king, yaha bubuksham asahamanaha apat dharmarupena shashamamsam bhakshitavan. That person, unable to tolerate hunger, apat dharma. Apat dharma means the dharma which is to be followed at a very critical junction. That is apat. Apat means some problem, some issues, some unmanageable situation, critical things. Apat. Apat means you are going in a forest and suddenly some animal comes to attack. You can't simply say, I don't attack animals, I don't kill animals. Will you die? So there the apat is some animal is coming to attack. The animal is not knowing that I should not attack a human. Humans are good people. Like they don't know. So there you have to kill that animal only if you want to become alive. So such type of conduct is called apat dharma. So apat dharma rupena shashamamsam bhakshitavan. He ate that rabbit flesh. Why? Or rabbit meat, we can say. I used to say mamsam as flesh. We can say meat. Nowadays that word is used. Bhubuksham asahamanaha. So otherwise he will die. If he is not eating, he will die. Tam bhalukamayam aranyam prati preshitavan lolataha. And such type of person he sent towards that forest where it is filled with bears. Evam atra achara palana vishaye kathorata pradarshita tena. And like this, in following this customary practices, achara palana vishaye, in following the customary practices or cultural practices, kathorata pradarshita tena. A severe kathorata means harsh way, severely. He severely adhered to the practices. Kintu sayeva lolataha. But the very same lolata, jeshtaihi niyama viruddhatvena nirnitam vivaham swayam nirvartitavan. But the very same lolata, jeshtaihi jeshtaihi niyama viruddhatvena nirnitam. By the elders, jeshtaihi niyama viruddhatvena, with against the rule. Viruddham means against, opposite. Niyama viruddham, opposite to the rule. Niyama viruddhatvam, the quality of being opposite to the rules. Tena, by that quality, nirnitam vivaham swayam nirvartitavan. So such type of marriage which is against to the niyamita. Niyamita means already constituted rule of that tribe. That swayam nirvartitavan, he conducted or he managed or he executed, nirvartitavan. He executed himself such a marriage which is against to the established rules of that tribe. Kim rajatva praptya tasya vivekaha bhrashtaha. Kim means what? The question. Rajya praptaya, by the obtaining the king's position, tasya vivekaha bhrashtaha kim, whether his wisdom is lost. Anyacha, moreover, senapatina jnapyamanaha api, even though reminded by the military chief, saha swajati bandhavan yuddhe nirdayam maritavan. He killed mercilessly his own relations in the war. Yeshaha vyavaharaha kim uchitaha. This conduct of this lollata, is it appreciable? Dayarhe kathorata asthane anugraha cha na pradarshitaha va lollatene. Dayarhe kathorata. Dayarhe means in a place where mercy is fit to be shown. Daya arhaha. Daya arhaha means aham bhavataha dayarhaha, means I am fit to be at the mercy of you. So, dayar he, at the junction where it is fit to show mercy, kathorata, severity, the strictness, asthane, sthana means a place, asthane means improper place, anugraha means blessing, favoring. See that marriage, in that marriage he favored them. He himself executed the marriage and favored that. Asthane anugraha, dayarhe kathorata. Both are wrong. Where something is not fit to be shown mercy, showing mercy, and where this anugraha, ya favor is not to be done, they are showing favor. Na pradarshitaha va lolatena. Is it not displayed by lolata? Etesham prashnanam uttaram jananapi. So this sentence is always same in Vikram Vetal's story. Even after knowing the answers of all these questions, yadi bhavane na vadet. If you don't say, tarhi, then bhavataha shiraha. Your head sahasradha bhagnam bhavet iti. It shall break into 1,000 pieces. Thousands of pieces, not exactly counting to 1,000. Sahasradha means Baudha, various. Sahasradha, thousands. Tada maunam sthatum ashaktaha trivikramaha evam uktavan. Then, unable to stay silent in this situation, now it is the critical questions are posed by Vetal. Always the entertaining part of this Vikram Vetal story is always a critical question is placed, very logical and critical question. And Vikram is to give the judgment. And those who are interested in lawfully doing things. So nowadays law is as per our constitution. But in king's period, what is law? Dharma. That Shastra Purana Yukta Dharma. That Dharma Shastra. Accordingly. So what was the Dharma that we totally forgotten? Today what is Dharma? A constitutional rules regulation. That only is Dharma. So we are naturally losing our Indians' original culture. That Achara, Vyavahara, that we see. This is what in this story also we are seeing the same thing. The Indians who lived for thousands of years with some Achara and Vyavahara, because of opening up of India to foreign countries and many cultural mixings and many marriages between foreigners, India, within India, different communities, all those things. What is now practically visible in India, we are losing our Achara and Vyavahara. We are becoming more money-minded and more service-oriented. We want everyone to service us and we are ready to throw the money. So all of us are feeling we are masters. We are to be served. And a servant, we think he is someone who is to serve me. We never think of him as a human. So that quality we are gradually, we got it from the other, that the other peoples, they never bothered the Indian way. No other country was living. Anyway, yada lollataha swajati matrasya nayakaha asit. Yada lollataha swajati matrasya nayakaha asit. When he was the leader of his only own tribe, tada jati niyama palane kathoratam pradarshitavan. Then he expressed or displayed strictness in following the rules of that tribe. Kintu anantara kale tene rajapadavi prapta. But subsequently, anantara kale, in the subsequent period, tene, kene, lollatena, Raja Padavi Prapta. He got that king's position. Rajadharma jati dharmapekshaya shrestha. And as a king, how he is to conduct is very much supreme and different from as a community leader, how he should conduct. Jati dharma apekshaya. Compared to the dharma of a jati, Raja dharma shreshtaha. That Raja dharma is very supreme. Sarve samanaha jati bhedastu kalpitaha iti rajasan janati sma lollataha. Sarve samanaha, all are equal. Jati bhedaha tu kalpitaha. Jati bhedaha tu. So together with sandhi, jati bhedastu kalpi. So this may be some sukti vakyam, maybe some quoted. I don't know that. I have not read much text. So sarve samanaha jati bhedastu kalpitaha. This may be some quoted text from Upanishad or some Purana. All are equal, and the categorization is human made. Kalpitaha means it is something made by us. Vyavastam kalpitaha means some arrangements are made like that. So this different categorizations like we are making, everything is made like in government we say class 1 officer, class 2 officer, class 3 officer, class 4 officer or employee, class 1, class 2, class 3 like that. And different way the DA distributed, their stay arrangements are different, and their that LTC when they go on tour, the class of accommodation is different. All are kalpitaha. Who made this? All that when the British fellow came, he made. Those who are in the higher rank, they should get higher service, higher accommodation, and they should get higher comfort. Those who are in lower rank, this much comfort is sufficient for them, like that. Like we are also doing like that. When somebody works in our home, out of poverty, she is working in our home. Just because she works in our home, she doesn't reserve all our wasted food. She also reserves good food like a human. So we don't think that way. Many of us, we don't think that way. Because we think a servant or a low category means they are to be not treated very highly. But at the same time, when we are meeting with some high-graded people, extraordinarily we bring some dishes and we treat them very well. Okay, this is again common nature of humans. Sarve samanaha jati bhedastu kalpitaha. All are equal, but the differences are human made. Iti rajasan. Like that, being a king, janati sma lollataha. Lolata knows, being a king, that everyone is same and the differences are human made. Ataha atavika yuvati nagarika yuvakayohu vivahaha swayam nirvartitavan saha. So he conducted the marriage by himself between that tribal girl and the city boy. Shashana virodham ye kurvanti te nirdayam dandaniyaha eva. And that is Raja Dharma, the king's duty. Shasana virodham, one who opposes the ruling government. Okay, here this Shasana means ruling. Virodham. Virodham means opposition, not like our parliament opposition. The opposition means a type of terrorist, extremist. They are creating trouble to the ruling government and they want to dethrone the ruling government. They want to make unrest in the system. So the constitution becomes meaningless, the law becomes meaningless, the whole system, it becomes meaningless when somebody, a parallel government, like if somebody is ruling, then the government becomes meaningless. So, Shasana Virodham ye kurvanti. Whomsoever they do this opposition to the ruling, te nirdayam dandaniyaha eva. They are to be punished mercilessly. Tadrishe sandarbhe. At that type of junction, swajana pakshapataha na karaniyaha. So at that time we should not have a biased feeling about my category of people, my community people, like that. See, a judge, when he is giving or when he is going through some court proceeding, he came to know the culprit is belonging to his community or he belongs to his living place, his hometown. Can he relax punishment just because that culprit is from his community and his birthplace? He cannot. So, tadrishe sandarbhe, at that type of junction, swajana pakshapataha, biasing to their own community, nakaraniyaha, not to be done. Yetam rajadharmam jananne lollataha nirvyamoham vyavahritavan. Nirvyamoham. Vyamoha means a type of attachment, illusionary. That is a type of attachment is vyamoha. Yetam raja dharmam janan, knowing all these that rajnyaha dharmaha raja dharmaha, the dharma, the moral way of conduct by a king. Knowing all that, lollataha nirvyamoham, without any attachment, illusion, vyavahritavan, he behaved, he conducted. Atavikaha cha swakarmanaha phalam anubhutavantaha iti. And the tribal people, they just got the result of their act. They tried to fight against the king and they came prepared for fighting. In a fight, anybody can die, any injury can happen. So they got the result of that. Swakarmanaha phalam anubhutavantaha. They experienced the result of their act. Evam vadata trivikramena mauna bhangaha kritaha asit. And by the Trivikrama, who is telling like this the answer, his silence got broken. Ataha shavantargataha vetalaha tataha adrishyaha bhutva yathapurvam vrikshasya shakham avalambitavan. So this sentence also will be same in all Trivikrama, all Vikram Vetal story. Therefore, shavantargataha vetalaha, the ghost which was in the dead body, tataha adrishyaha bhutva, having vanished from there, yathapurvam, as before, vrikshasya shakham, of the branch of the, on the branch of that tree, avalambitavan, it started hanging down. Hope you enjoyed it. I will meet you in another episode. Take care. Bye-bye.